Hey, it's been 10 weeks since Felix had surgery on his elbow, and this week is his first tournament back on tour on his quest to gain some ATP points. Now in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what we've been doing on his road to recovery and sharing with you our last training session before he traveled to Greece. In that session, I'm going to share with you some of the drills that we did so that you can take them into your own practices. Let's check it out. So it's been about 10 weeks since Felix's surgery. The last video you saw me post of Felix was about 6 weeks ago, where we had our first session on court. Since then, we've done a lot of work, and Felix has also put in a lot of hours off court to get himself match fit. Physically, Felix has been working with his S&C coach Daz and his physio Keelan on gradually building up his strength and mobility in his arm, whilst making sure that he's improving his fitness in other areas. And on the tennis court with me, we've been working on the technical, tactical and mental side of Felix's game. Since that last session you saw, we've been spending a lot of time on Felix's game technically. As he wasn't able to play competitively, the tactical and mental side of things were much tougher to work on. However, this period of time was the perfect opportunity to make some technical tweaks, as he wasn't competing, so we could really get stuck into that. To give you a brief overview of what we've done technically, we've worked on Felix's ground strokes and serves to become more efficient and effective. And this came down to Felix using his bigger muscle groups more effectively to take the strain off his smaller muscle groups, i.e. his arm. Not only is this going to make Felix's ground strokes more efficient and effective, but it's also going to help him to prevent injury in the long run. Fast forward to today, and we're in our final session before Felix goes away for his first tournament in Greece. And the great news is 10 weeks after Felix's surgery, he's ready to get back onto the match court. Now these first couple of tournaments in Greece are going to be tricky for Felix, as he's not had a lot of match experience over the last few months. However, he's physically ready and has made some really good technical and tactical adjustments to his game, so I'm really excited to see how he gets on. Anyway, what you're seeing here is our last session before Felix travelled to Greece. He's on court with his doubles partner James Bevan, and I'm going to show you some of the drills that we did so that you can put them into your own practices. After an extended match warm-up, I set up a rally tempo drill.
Okay, if it goes in the net, we have to start the timer again, but if it goes long or wide, you carry on. 3, 2, 1, go!
Felix and James were to rally 20 balls cross court with a time limit of 30 seconds.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, take it.
Now this ensured that the players were hitting a really good match tempo rather than just pushing the ball back and forth. Now although 30 seconds to hit 20 balls sounds like quite a lot, it's not easy. You've got to hit at a good pace, you've got to take the ball early and hit the ball deep.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, play it, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, last one, go! 26 seconds. Okay, 2 more to do.
As you can see, they managed to do this 3 times in the space of 5 attempts. 2 balls were hit in the net, but overall they hit at a good match tempo. Although Felix and James did this on the cross court, you can also do it straight up and down the middle. As that is a shorter distance, it's easier to get more shots within a short amount of time. Give that a go first, see how long it takes you to hit 20 shots, and if you want to make it more challenging, go onto the cross court. However, if it's too challenging, you can always add some time and go for 35 or 40 seconds.
Stop! 28 seconds. Your tempo is higher for the first 10 for sure. Right, one more round before.
By timing yourself, it gives you instant feedback and can allow you to work on various things. If you're unable to hit 20 shots in 30 seconds, it could be down to inaccuracy, lack of speed, it could be that your balls are floating too high over the net. So work out where you're going wrong and try to make those corrections.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, come on, 19, make it, 20. What do you reckon? 25. 24.84. Smashed it.
Now that was it for closed practice, as because Felix and James were playing a competition over the next couple of weeks, we really wanted to open things up and play some points. So the next round we played some conditioned points where we had a set situation for the first couple of shots before opening up. This can be a great way to encourage players to build the point before going for the winner. In this drill in particular, the player that I fed the ball to would have to hit one forehand cross court, one forehand down the line, and one more forehand cross court before the point was live. What we really want Felix doing is dominating the point with his forehand. Felix's forehand is a weapon, and getting him to think about controlling space and controlling time with his forehand is a great way to start each point. Drills like this can be adapted in hundreds of different ways. The basis is just making sure that you start the point with a pattern that you want to work on. For Felix, we were just getting him to control the court using his forehand. You might need to develop your defensive backhand, so it could be that you get fed in a really deep, tough ball into your backhand before the point starts. This way, you're more guaranteed to get volume in the areas that you want. And although it's not 100% realistic to point play, it can give you some really good structure to start your points.
Solid. Cross. Line. Cross and play. Good.
So after we worked on Felix opening up the court using his forehand, we looked at the backhand side. This time round, it was a much shorter start to the point. One player had to feed a ball into their opponent's backhand. That player then had to return their backhand cross court before the point was open. What we were looking for here was quality and depth from that backhand. Generally, cross-court is the high percentage shot, so having a really good quality cross-court backhand is going to help to create a lot more opportunities moving forwards. After both players had a go at receiving on this backhand cross drill, we then spent some time hitting serves before getting into a practice set. Now, in a normal session, if Felix was at 100% fitness, we would be doing a lot more serves within the session. However, although Felix's game is pretty much there, his serve is the one shot that has taken a little bit longer to recover, so we didn't want to overdo it one day before he was due to travel to Greece. Although this is not ideal, we made sure that when Felix goes out to Greece, he's hitting a good amount of serves within his practices. So the on-court work is done and Felix is as prepared as he can be for his first tournament in Greece. Now after this session, Felix obviously took part in his normal recovery routine, which includes lots of stretching and mobility work, as well as icing his arm. You can actually see more of what Felix gets up to when he's preparing for a tournament in his most recent video over on his channel. I'll put the link in the description below. Now that he's in Greece, we talk to each other every day over the phone. Before matches, we'll be talking about a game plan and getting Felix in the right mental state, ready for action. And after his matches, he'll send me the footage of each match so that I can analyze it and get back to him with my feedback. Now the great news is he actually played his very first match this morning and managed to get a win, so that's going to do massive things for his confidence. We've had a long phone conversation and he's going to send me the footage of this match so that I can take a look at it and give him some feedback ready for his next match. But overall, we couldn't be happier with Felix's progress so far. This is just the first tournament of many this year, so send your words of support in the comments for Felix and let us know if there's any part of this journey you'd like to be documented. Thanks as always for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.